On the water now, we are inside the 1 minute mark. Dave Villwalk and Miss Budweiser and Mike Hansen in the white WABX boat are already hooked up. That's the way they'll start in lanes 1 and 2. They're on the backstretch. Looking from the Kentucky side as the Oh Boy Oberto and the Lumar come by.
This is where you get really excited, man. You want to get up there, but you got to be very careful because you want to hit your start full blast.
The driver has a crewman in his ear as well, Mark, helping him with the countdown. Now we're coming up on 20 seconds, starting to make the turn to run down to start-finish.
This is where you hope you got a lane. People sometimes crowd in on you, sometimes they push out. Just maintain your lane, aim at that start line, and hit her hard.
You see Mike Hansen in the white boat. The middle of your screen off to the right is Villwalk and the Budweiser.
You see Mitch Evans on the outside. He swung really wide, but look, he's got a head of steam, going to hit the start, bam. There
The problem with that piston boat, all that weight, hard to get through the first turn. You saw Villwalk and Hansen making good starts in the red and white boats. Now, Mike Hansen appears to be the leader, and you see him off to the right of Dave Villwalk, but the Budweiser has the all-important inside.
You got the advantage on the inside lane. You just hope your buddy doesn't come in and crowd you in. See, Mike started to pinch him, but Bud turned hard. He's got the lead coming up the backstretch.
Up the backstretch for the first time, Villwalk with a little bit of a lead, but Hansen charging in the white WABX. What kind of shoot speeds will we see back there, Mark?
They're getting up to 190 miles an hour, and with Hansen having the fast speeds he's had this weekend, he's using his canard to keep the darn thing on the water.
You saw the view from Mark Webber's boat. Here's Steve David and the Oh Boy Oberto giving chase, but the two leaders are the red and white boat. There's Dave Villwalk and Miss Budweiser. Now setting up to run down to start-finish to finish lap 1, and Hansen swings wide in the rough water, but he is still right on his hip.
Dave's got control of the course, but Hansen with the outside lane got a little farther to go, but he's going to push hard. Now we see Webber coming up on Hansen. He's the same thing. He's got even farther to go around, so he's really going to have to be on it.
We may have a great race shaping up here for second and third. Mike Hansen in the WABX. Mark Webber in the M-Corps giving chase. Has good boat speed on the outside.
He's going to have to get on his canard so his boat will fly away in this rough water. He's a fast boat.
Greg Hopp is coming up from his trailer boat position in the Zenetics. He goes by Jimmy King in the Lumar to move up into fourth place. Even for the leader, Dave Villwalk, the river is rough.
The more laps they do, the rougher it gets. And when you're in back behind the rest of the boats, it's just atrocious. It's hard on your body. It's hard to hang on to the boat. You just got to keep the pedal mashed.
Mike Hansen continues to give chase. His white boat has been quick all weekend, but Dave Villwalk now has control of this race. He's over in lane 1. Mark Webber is running third. That's Mike Hansen off to his left as we look at Jimmy King, who has fallen back now into 5th place in the Lumar window film.
And here comes Mitch Evans in the Master Tire boat. Good old piston-powered boat, but it just can't keep up with the turbines.
On board with Dave Villwalk, working that wing a little with the left foot.
Very critical device to keep the boat on the water and riding smooth.
And that's what he's doing, as smoothly as you can ride on a very rough Ohio river. Mike Hansen in the WABX boat falling back a little bit, but he's very comfortable in second place as Mark Webber is even further back. In fact, he's going to be challenged now, the yellow M-Corps boat, by Greg Hopp. You see him coming up on the inside in the green Zenetics.
Now, Webber wants to stay outside, stay in some smooth water, but you got to worry about Greg coming up your inside. He seems to be gaining on him.
Greg Hopp running the shorter race course in the green boat. You see him coming up on the inside of Mike Hansen, who was actually quite a ways ahead of him. Greg Hopp drives well back in the rough water.
He's in a heck of a spot. Fred Leland builds a great boat. It's a good rough water boat, so it can take it in there. He got by Webber going into the turn. Now he's got his sights set on Mike Hansen.
Mark Webber in the Miss M-Corps is stuck outside the Rooster Tails as Steve David comes by, having a pretty good weekend. His first day racing in the Oh Boy Oberto. Mitch Evans, the piston-powered Master Tire, coming by to complete his third lap. 3 in the book, 2 to go.
Now he's just trying to survive. He wants to pick up some points and not bring the boat back too damaged.
Now look at Mike Hansen. He's moving up again to challenge Dave Villwalk and Miss Budweiser. The white boat has been very quick, as we said, in qualifying, and now he's going to crank it up a little these last 2 laps and see if he can put a move on Villwalk and the Miss Bud. Meanwhile, Greg Hopp now has his boat clear up into 3rd place after a great run all the way from the trailer position.
He's still pushing hard, and he knows Mike Hansen's taking the long way around, staying in the smooth water, so maybe he can gain on him just a little bit.
From our O'Doul's eye in the sky, you can see Greg Hopp running right in the wake of Miss Budweiser, kind of like a water skier, finding some good water in there, and he is going to be able to challenge Mike Hansen, who has to stay outside the Budweiser wake. But Hansen has not given up yet. He's still chasing Villwalk.
Heck no, he's going to push him hard. Maybe he can get Dave to do something goofy. Maybe the boat will break. He's always got to stay up there just in case.
Mark Webber has been stuck outside the entire race, going around the Rooster Tails and the wakes of the 3 leaders. There you see the advantage for Villwalk and the Miss Budweiser Into the turn one more time with Hansen off to his right. Billwalk with nobody in front of him. That's a sight you like to see.
That's the best sight in the world when you're coming around, especially for the last lap. I think Hansen's just going to settle in, maybe take second place, and just score some points.
Dave Billwalk turns it left, hangs it on the skid pin for the last time through the first turn. He's a half a lap away from the checkered flag. It does not appear that Mike Hansen and the WABX will have enough for him as they head down the Kentucky side. Now he's got to worry about Greg Hoff and the green boat coming up on the inside.
Greg's staying in there tight as he can. It's a short way around. It's a rough way around. I don't know if he's going to get him.
Dave Billwalk, one turn to go. The checkered flag awaits, and he will win the first race of the 2001 Budweiser Unlimited Hydroplane Series presented by Laughlin. All he has to worry about now, Mark, is some rough water between him and start-finish.
And speeds at 200 miles an hour in that kind of rough water. It's just a great feeling to see the checkered flag.
And it flies right there for Dave Billwalk and Bernie Little's Miss Budweiser. Mike Hansen will finish second in the U9 WABX, and Greg Hopp, who comes all the way from the trailer position, scores a very nice third-place finish. Dave Billwalk followed by Mike Hansen, then Mark Webber, Jimmy King, Steve David, and Mitch Evans. Greg Hopp, penalized for a fuel violation, put down into 7th place. Mark Evans is on the winner's dock and has a word with a very happy Dave Billwalk.
Good job, Dave. Maybe you're not your easiest win, but hey, you got it covered.
Yeah, the U9 boat, Mike Hansen, those guys were faster than us, but the crew did a great job of setting the boat up. It was really, really rough out there, and the Miss Bud would get through that, and they gave me the perfect setup, really. That was the difference. But we weren't very fast. You could tell he just kept catching us, but through the rough water, we could keep going.
Yeah,
so
Mike was coming up on you. Even Master Tire did a good job at the start, kind of had you covered, but you did great, man.
Yeah, hey, thanks. It's good to be here. 6 minute Evansville. Woo! Nothing beats a Bud.